Awful lot. Historian Kate Williams is here with Frances Gilbert, who's an English literature teacher. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
History, what's the point of it? It's all in the past, Kate.
I mean, history is so vital. I mean, I'm completely with the MPs here that history should be compulsory till 16. It's such a vital subject. Not only are they teaching us, as your contributors are saying, about what's happened in the past, about what's created the country that we live in today and the world we live in today, but it also teaches vital skills of evidence sifting, of working out the truth of the sources, and it really does teach people to be judicious about the different sources they've got. And in this world we've got of proliferating internet blogs, we need something to teach us how to get to the objective truth, and that's history.
Frances, these statistics by an MP suggest that nearly 160 schools, comprehensive schools, failed to enter a single pupil in GCSE history exams last year.
Well,
That's
that
appalling,
obviously is a bit troubling, but that doesn't mean that it should be compulsory across to 16. It is already compulsory till 14 for all pupils, so they get that. And I worry that the more creative subjects are going to get squeezed out. You know, vital subjects too, like music, drama, design and technology. You know, these are things that I know students absolutely love, and I'm afraid a few dusty facts in a classroom.
A few dusty facts?
Well, let's say the reality of quite a lot of history teaching can be quite dry, factual approach, whereas, you know, a subject that I teach, like media studies, is very creative.
Are you putting media studies on a par with history?
I'm afraid I am,
But
yeah, absolutely.
I just don't agree that history is a few dusty facts. I think you can't say that. I mean, I think we just look at North Korea. This is a country where there was no history. History was cancelled, and people have no idea that what they're getting, what they've been told is just a propaganda, that he was a great leader.
Would be an amazing history teacher in this context, but I'm afraid that too many teenagers are turned off by a kind of rather factual approach, which they could be a lot more. I think we need to encourage creativity.
It's going to be a factual approach. It's all about facts. I mean, that's, you know, why not teach people facts? That's half the point of learning, most of the point of learning.
But they do that till they're 14, and I think, you know, if we squeeze out the creative subjects, we're going to turn students off learning.
This seems to be a bit 3 against 1 at the moment, Frances, for which huge apologies. You are talking to a history graduate and somebody who teaches history and somebody who studied at the school. Does Frances have a point? Is it actually about the teaching? Because you seem to be suggesting, Frances, it's not actually that history shouldn't be taught, it's that it should be taught better.
Well, perhaps that is the case. I mean, I think that history is taught amazingly in my school, for example, but I don't think the history teachers would there say that it has to be compulsory across the board. I think we need to give children choice at 14, and if they are more creative, they do want to do drama, let them do some drama at that point.
Is it possibly part of the problem that children not choosing, because is it that the focus is too narrow, too specific? They only learn sort of narrow bands of history. I mean, when I was a child, I'm not suggesting it should happen, but, you know, we did the Kings and Queens of England, so you knew that, the British history from the word go, pretty much. Should we be broadening it out more?
Well, I think there's a perception that children increasingly focus just on the Tudors and on the Nazis, and that's what we see over and over again. But these are the periods in which children are particularly fascinated. I think that learning about the Second World War is crucial to the current life in which we live now. And I think that we really can't say that history is a dire and creative subject that completely lacks creativity. There's so much creativity there in how you look at the sources and how you examine things, and learning about people's lives in the past is the most exciting thing it could possibly be. I just don't think that I just don't think it's boring, and I think that I don't know why people aren't choosing it, but it maybe is a perception that it isn't, and it's wrong.
Thank you both very much.
Thank you.
You might just have some thoughts about that this morning. Breakfast at bbc.co.uk, 61124 is the text.
It's
number.
Comprehensive schools, actually, as well,
yes,
because in private schools they're teaching a lot of history, and the numbers haven't gone down, they've gone up, but not in comprehensive.
And the phone number, 03700 100 125.
61124, the text.
It's coming up to 6:45. This is Breakfast. These are the main